Yes, my name's Ryan Groom, he, him, his, identify as a gay male. So a gay or more, I guess, clinically described homosexual means that I am interested in other men or people who present as male.
What was your best moment since coming out?
I think for me was when I got to go to college and kind of grow into who I was and my identity and see how that identity was not the entirety of who I was, but a part of who I was. And I got to explore myself and my whole identity, but also finding that group of people, like when I was part of the Gay Straight Alliance, when I was at Armstrong Atlantic State University, and I got to find people who were like me. Learn like I wasn't unique, that there were other people like me, and I wasn't a unicorn.
So, what was your worst moment since coming out?
I think just generally the at first when I was younger, I saw them as like aggressive, I guess, hate towards who I was or the identity or the community that people thought I was a part of. That was really hard, but now as I've grown a bit older and have some perspective, I feel like it really just stems from misunderstanding and lack of just understanding as a whole of us as people, how we're similar and how we're different. So the hardest part is really experiencing that hate, but knowing that the hate may not be actually hate. It just may be confusion and misunderstanding, and that person feels defensive, and
Mm,
that kind of wanting to help, but also feeling hurt at the same time.
yeah.
Of course. So
Well,
my name is Carlton Taylor. I identify as an androgynous male, cisgender male, gay, homosexual, and my pronouns are he, they.
can you explain what your identity means, like the cisgender and the gay, and like a definition term for people to understand a little bit more?
To me, being cisgender is literally because I identify with the sex slash gender that was assigned to me at birth. And the androgynous part is because I love to live in the true essence of my human form as like with my energy. So my masculine and feminine energy very much so coexist. And so some days I may choose to be more mask presenting, and other days I may choose to be more femme presenting. But every day I'm Carlton. So that's kind of how I live in that space. And then me classifying as gay and homosexual is just how I facilitate myself romantically and sexually. And so I am romantically and sexually attracted to men. Some of my best moments is really just being able to just sit in me being my truest self. Um, Growing up in East Atlanta, being a preacher's kid, and just kind of like having to figure out my space as a black man was very loaded at times. And then to add on the fact that I was potentially queer didn't make all of the insecurities of everything any better. And so when I was finally able to sit in the true essence of who Carlton is and really accept that, um, it was a beautiful moment for me. But more recently, in 2019, I joined the Atlanta Gamers Chorus to find secure community outside of the community that I kind of had established around myself, and was really able to find out about the lives of other people, of other queer people in the Atlanta area, and to be able to commute, not to commute, to be able to find community within people who had that common interest in music.
What was like your worst moment since coming out?
My worst moments, so I've had a few, and it's not because it's been more incredible than anything, but it's there's a lack of safe spaces. At least growing up, there was a lack of safe spaces for me to even try to navigate what all of this was for me. So a few of my worst moments kind of extend from that lack of clarity. But I think the the if I had a worst moment, it'll probably be a series of moments with my dad, like understanding and trying to like come into like terms with who I am and who I've become and who I've always been. And so that's probably been the worst thing. It's just that strain on the relationship that he and I have, um, all due to like his miseducation. So yeah, that'll kind of sum that up to be as simple as possible.
Just like a side question. So you now found your safe place in the community you involved yourself in. Like it was called the Atlanta Music, right?
Atlanta Gamers Chorus.
Yeah, Atlanta Gamers Chorus. So you now found your safe space there, pretty much.
So that was kind of where it all started. I mean, most of my safe space is within myself. I just find so much comfort in just being who I am. And who I am makes people happy, makes myself happy. It's just good to always be who you are, regardless. And so, really, it's joining the Gayman's chorus was that like avenue for like me finding that safe space within myself, but definitely being able to find other people who relate to what it's like to just exist. Um, truly was like a eye-opening thing for me.